To security matters, the acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, is encouraging the Nigerian troops in Sokoto State to take charge and combat all threats to the peace and security of the region. On his first operational visit after his appointment, Lieutenant General Oluyede addressed troops in Tangaza, one of the local government areas where the new terror group is operating in the state. He also emphasized the need for residents to cooperate with the security officials to ensure there is no security breach in the country.
There will always be challenges. Now, the issue is how do we react to those challenges? So one of the reasons why I'm here is to charge up my soldiers to brace up to challenge, and that we shall do. My charge to the community people is for them to support us. Because the fact is that Nigeria Army belongs to all Nigerians. And if we don't get their support, we can't succeed. And if we don't succeed, that means Nigeria itself will not be secured. And we need Nigeria to be secured so that we can have economic prosperity.
Elsewhere, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have uncovered two major cross-border drug trafficking syndicates with cocaine and opioids worth billions of naira. There is more in this report.
The syndicates, which comprise of Nigerians based in Adamawa, Anambra, Lagos states, as well as Cameroonians, came under the NDLEA's searchlight after they were suspected of being major suppliers of drugs to terror groups operating in Nigeria and Cameroon. The suspected leaders of the syndicates so far arrested include Ibrahim Bauro, Najib Ibrahim, Ibrahim Umar, Nelson Anayo, and Eze Martin. Another suspected leader of a different syndicate, 37-year-old Adejumo Ishola, was arrested by operatives of a special operation unit of the NDLEA on the 5th of November at Seme border on his way from Ghana with 3.3 kilograms of cocaine and 600 kilograms of synthetic cannabis. These followed months of intelligence and surveillance on his cross-border criminal activities. On the 6th of November, NDLEA operatives at the Apapa Seaport, Lagos, intercept 31,750,000 pills of 200 milligrams of Voltron, a controlled opioid packet, and concealed in a container imported from India. Same day, at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Port Shed, Lagos, NDLEA officers intercepted a consignment of 700 kilograms of Canada Loud, a strong strain of cannabis. A suspect, a software engineer, Olu Mashal, who showed up to collect the package, was promptly arrested. More arrests were made in Lagos, Edo, Ondo, Kwara, Plateau, Kano, Kaduna States, and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. A statement issued by Femi Babafemi, Director, Media and Advocacy, NDLEA Headquarters, Abuja, says, while commending the operatives, the Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Mara, retired, applauded their patriotism and appealed to them to extend sensitization lectures of the war against drug abuse to all areas of their operations.
Away from the war on illicit drugs, Nigerians in the diaspora have called on President Bola Tinubu to launch an investigation into the circumstances surrounding the diversion of Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway at Chenejes 17 and 18. They also codenamed what they described as abuse of the rights of their representative in Nigeria, Stella Okengo, by the Minister of Works. David Umahi, at an event, the diasporans who are subscribers to Winhomes Global Services also claimed they invested about $250 million into the project and they ensured due diligence in their dealings.
Due diligence before we got this property, with their regular documents ranging from certificate of occupancy, governor's consent, coastal road right-of-way clearance, amongst other legal documents.
When I got the information of Wins Home Global Services Investment Scheme and the coastal road that would come in the future, I was very excited because I saw an opportunity for me to invest into this beautiful country like Nigeria. To my amazement, during one of our investors' meeting, we heard of all that has been happening and how our estate investment have been demolished because of the coastal road.
The law made as far back as 1967, which allows the federal government to have what is known as a setback from the shoreline of any ocean, only up to 100 meters from the shoreline. That is, the international waters of Nigeria, starting from any shore leading outwards. The federal government of Nigeria is vested with title inward up to only 100 meters.
There's been a long-drawn battle between the Lagos state government and parents of model school colleges following the decision by the state government to increase boarding fees to 100,000 naira per student. Despite the reasons given for the increment, the aggrieved parents have consistently besieged Alausa Secretariat, calling for a reversal of the state government's decision. TVC News correspondent Abimbola Agbebi has this story.
In September 2024, the news of the boarding fees review across model colleges in Lagos broke. It was increased from 35,000 naira per child to 100,000 naira, and it was expected to take effect from the 15th of September 2024. This decision by the state government met with stiff reactions as parents protest the increment, describing it as unfair.
We are all brothers from all the model colleges in Lagos State. We are representative.
The Lagos state government had explained that the increase in boarding fees was inevitable and necessary to ensure better welfare of the students. Also, in its defense, the state government emphasized that model colleges in the state are tuition-free, while the boarding fee is strictly for feeding expenses.
Came up with a petition in February this year, alleging that over 97% of students are having OSA. And I asked them, how did you come about this data? I can show you the document later on. They said they engaged an expert to do that. And I asked them again, the principal knows about how you got this data because I don't see you going into the school space without their permission. Well, I said, okay, I will listen to you. I will call you and the principals together. And we had them on tape. We had that meeting on tape where we all agreed that 35 naira is not enough to cater for one student for 3 months.
They need to be well fed, to be productive, to be efficient. Even adults who complain when you don't eat well, you complain of headache, not to talk about this little one just growing up. And we know the economic situation right now. Price increase everywhere. What you see today might be different from what you get tomorrow.
To resolve the matter, the Lagos State House of Assembly, through its Committee on Education, waded in, but the crisis seemed unabated as parents promised not to return their words to the school until the boarding fees are reversed.
It came out after stakeholder engagement, and the House intervened to tell them that, in reality, there's no need for you to carry placards and calling names, unprintable names. You just have to sit back again and look at it, which we did. They came here to see the Honorable Commissioner. They were well attended to. And they all listened and they went away satisfied, only for them again to violate the agreed decisions. They were there when the decision was being taken. So why are they now coming against that, or going against the decision once again?
On Friday, the 2nd of November, there were news of a total shutdown of Alausa Secretariat by the aggrieved parents. There were fears that model colleges in the state will not resume academic activities owing to the crisis. On Monday, the 4th of November, TVC News visited one of the colleges, Eva Adilaja Girls Junior and Secondary School in Bariga. The hostels were opened and classes were in session.
Up girls, up school, up school, up girls.
Of the 621 students expected in the senior and junior secondary school here, 455 students are back to school this Monday morning. The school authority says parents have finally agreed to pay the 100,000 naira boarding fees.
Quite a large sum of students returned yesterday, and they were so happy to be back in school. At least we had more than half of the population that returned back to school, and we heartily welcomed them to school. The parents responded positively, so there was no trouble at all.
The situation was not any different at Owotu Model College in Ikorodu.
There are a lot of threats, there are a lot of courses on some of their platform, and many parents were somehow bullying others that they should not return their children back to school. But we actually put the school in a condition of, we guarantee what we can call security. We expected close to 400 students to be back to school. But as of now, very close to 300 students have been in school.
But the crisis may be far from being over, as one of the aggrieved parents who brought his child to school told TVC News why he allowed his son to go back to school.
Taking your child to school is a choice. You can either be here or there. So I choose to be here. That's why I'm here this morning. And the matter, we are still fighting it. But we cannot, because of that, deny our children the education.
While classes were on, a crowd of parents of model school students again besieged the Alausa secretariat in Ikeja, calling on the state government to have a rethink on the boarding fees. Some of the parents were seen displaying their children's uniforms, holding placards.
Please don't make them count, so don't let them become vagabonds.
From 5,000 naira to 100,000 is outrageous. We are not pleased with it. We cannot afford it within every 3 months. We cannot afford it. We have other children in other schools.
From 35,000 to 100,000. Please help us.
Shortly after, the parents were addressed by the Education Ministry and other officials of the state governments. It is hoped that this will mark the end of the fracas between the state government and the aggrieved parents. Abimbola Agbebi, TVC News, Lagos.